It was a hot, boring Sunday afternoon, circa 2006. For at least 2 hours now, I have been sitting on the curb, just trying to wiggle out an offering for the tooth fairy. No luck. So I headed back inside to bother my mom. Please, take me to GameStop, buy me the new Tarzan game. Not gonna happen, Will, she says. Folding the laundry. Besides, you, have some school tomorrow. School tomorrow. Even 6-year-old me can figure that's like, right, 105 hours from now. And then she arrived. Her name was Jessica, and she oozed mystery. She flashed through our cul-de-sac on a bicycle banana seat of freedom. Her flowing blonde hair and pink poodle skirt were a sight to behold. She put her finger to her lips, and she beckoned me over. Do I dare? I don't know if I should go with her, but Mom and Dad aren't doing anything for me, so I should go, right? And just like that, the fun begins. Off we go on an afternoon of adventure. Now, fast forward to the next day. My parents and I are staring in disbelief at the heaps of metal that now covered our backyard. A mysterious someone with impressive ingenuity had constructed a miniature golf course using a series of gutters, drain pipes, and downspouts, now conspicuously absent from our house. Will, why? My father said in a tone that begged an explanation and patience. I had been worried that my parents would be furious, like now, but Jessica had assured me. A house only needs gutters when it rains. The rest of the time, they're useless and detract from the beauty of a house. Who am I to argue with her logic? But my dad was demanding an answer. Geez, Dad, I don't know. It wasn't me, I lamely finished. As I dismantled the brilliant mini golf course, I knew exactly why Jessica had done it. She was bored and sought to cure that boredom at any cost. Sure, it's a little destructive, but wasn't it fun? These were just some of Jessica's excuses. Her parents were just like mine. Mean. They never gave her anything, and they did not care at all about her happiness. You see, I know all of this about Jessica because, confession, I am Jessica. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? He's nuts. But before you judge me for running around my neighborhood disguised in a wig and pink skirt, let me explain. I completely blame my parents. I told them, sometimes up to 20 times a day, I am bored. But always came that same old reply. Hi, bored, I'm Mom. You see, what choice did I have? Didn't my parents, and indeed the world, owe me entertainment? Didn't they have some kind of parenting manual? Left to my own devices, I had to create Jessica. Anything to alleviate the boredom. Now, Flash forward 10 years. The poodle skirt and long blonde hair were long gone, but Jessica kept popping up in my imagination with schemes. I'd elaborate on our greatest hits, but I think I'll plead the fifth. My parents are in the audience. Suffice to say, these pranks began in a fleeting moment of fun that always ended at the expense of others. And then, after one really regrettable prank, my conscience finally kicked in. Was I entitled to be entertained? No. I came to the sad realization that the world owed me exactly what I had given: nothing. I wrote off pranks that day and created my Jessica litmus test. If it sounds remotely funny, it's probably a bad idea. So there I sat, morally reformed, and still bored out of my mind. It was during that time of extreme idleness that I found an old antique train set. Just a bunch of rusty hunks of metal. Jessica's voice began to creep into my mind. Well, with a can of WD-40 and a lighter, we could create a combustion. No, let me shut her out. Let me stay on track. Pun intended. My dad suggested that I restore the tracks and build a town. So I thought, what the heck? I'd give it a shot. I scraped off the tarnish and rust. You know, what happens to things when left unused. Then I set about laying out, fitting, adjusting, until hours later I had designed a finely tuned mass transit system, better than SEPTA and in miniature form. Instead of ripping apart something, I had built something for others. Not only was I proud, my dad was proud, satisfied. No massive metal, no guilt, just a sense of enjoyment that lasted for weeks to come. So here is a realization. I'd bet everyone here today has a Jessica. We like hanging out with Jessica because it's fun, and it costs us very little at the time. Sure, it's a quick laugh at someone else's expense, but imagine for one moment that prank was on you. How would you feel then? It's called empathy, the ability to understand the feelings of another. And if we can all exercise just a little more of it, well, let's just say there'd be far fewer missing downspouts or gutters on the lawn. So when Jessica shows up in your life, stop. Take a step back and remember, the world does not owe us anything. Then take a look around and think, how can I make this world a better place for others? I promise you, you will feel way more fulfilled than anything that sneaky little girl can offer. Thank you.